Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 6th NDL draft for our Winter 2025 session. I will be your host alongside Joe Pascucci, and we will guide you through this draft. Before we get into our draft for this session, I wanted to just kind of go back to last session, congratulate our captain and our team, Grant McCarty and the Cardigan crew for their championship of the Mutiny Cup, which isn't here right now as it is in the shop getting an upgrade, so I'm sure Captain Grant will love to see that once it comes to fruition. So congrats to him and his whole team for capturing it last session. But
they played hard.
They did. I think they had a pretty good championship game, so happy for them. I think Grant's the first captain to go back to back, so I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll love to put that on his resume.
Mm-hmm. And we'll hear about it.
Enough of the past. We want to move to the future, and let's focus on tonight. So today is our sixth draft. We're looking for our theme of video games for this session. So I can introduce the teams, and you'll understand why they have selected their names. So we'll go through our draft order here. Starting with the first pick will be Captain Anthony DiCarlo and his team, the Master Chiefs. You can see them listed currently on the clock right now. We will let him know when he's officially up. Second pick would be Ben Smith and his team, the Need for Speed. One of my favorite games growing up as a kid. Certainly loved the Need for Speed
absolutely.
games. 2005 Need for Speed was one of the best racing games of all time, in my opinion.
Hot Pursuit.
Hot Pursuit was good too. Gran Turismo 3 I played a lot as a kid too, but Need for Speed always has a special place in my heart. Picking third will be Captain Travis Russell. He'll have the Joystick Jockeys, so definitely following with that little provocative, gets the people going there, but definitely creative going into the video game scene. And I guess rounding out the first round will be Adam Stormer and his team, the Los Santos Kings, which is a reference to the Grand Theft Auto 5 team. Yeah,
GTA,
the fictional Grand Theft Auto 5 hockey team. So that'll be our four captains here. I think we have a fun night ahead of us. Lots of picks still to be made. So, we have any predictions here for the first overall pick? You think DeCarlo's going to go with best guy available, or you think he's going to go with someone for best fit?
I think he has somebody in mind.
Think so?
I think.
We'll give him some time to decide. We'll put him on the clock officially and see when he's ready to make his selection. But I guess we'll turn it to Eric, see if he can show us our best available right now, so we can kind of show some familiar faces, some new faces, and some returning faces. So, people designated with the R on the left-hand side, those are our rookies for this session. So, Price McDonald there at 3, he is one of our rookies. We do have some returning company in Christian Scott. He's coming back for this session. So, we'll see where he ends up, but. A couple goalies rounding out the top 10 there. I think we'll see them go probably second, third round. Following previous draft analytics, that's what we're gonna guess. But
following patterns, yes.
We'll see.
Somebody starts it out, could be late second, and then it falls.
It always runs. You always see 2 or 3 go pretty quick. So, I guess with that, we'll turn it over to Mr. DeCarlo whenever he is ready to make his selection, and it looks like he is ready to make his first pick of the Winter 25 draft. Mr. DeCarlo, whenever you're ready.
All good? No.
We are not good.
I can see me.
You can see. We have the Eric
Why
cam.
can't I see you? Hold on.
I see him.
Technical difficulties.
Yep.
Here, talk to yourselves for a minute.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll just I guess we'll speculate. Joe, would you like to begin speculation? Who do you think?
I don't know.
Who do you think he's going to go with here?
Rookie Price McDonald coming in.
Yeah, but rookies have always. We've had a history of rookies overperforming. That's definitely been a theme here. So we'll see if that's something he goes with. Take a chance on the new guy.
Something to think about. When was the last time a number 1 pick won the MVP?
Has that ever happened?
I don't know if anybody in the first round
I don't think so.
has jumped up and grabbed that.
I don't think we've seen it.
Begs to wonder how important is that first round versus a good middle.
Yeah, depth pick is where I think I know Alex Savitsky, he captured our MVP tournament trophy last session. I think he was a late round pick. So
and he was a rookie.
He was a rookie. Not only our rookie of the year, but our most valuable player of the year.
Yes.
So Alex definitely cleaned up at the NDL award ceremony, and we'll see how that goes for DeCarlo here. But as we still work through some technical difficulties here, trying to get our camera set up for the podium cam. You think this would be something that we would have addressed beforehand?
It was working.
Yeah, well, it was working. Should we go to the Eric cam for his explanation on what's going on with this right now, Eric?
DeCarlo broke it. That's all I know.
So as Joe and I continue to stall, I guess we'll have to look at what we think. What do we think the first round's going to shake out? You think we'll see the top 4 best available gone? You think there'll be some reaches? You think some guys are going to try to get who they want early?
I'm kind of glad I'm not a captain this season. They're top 7, 8. I mean, players on the board up there. Any one of those,
Oh, certainly any of the top 10 could be a first round pick. That's quite the.
So I mean,
quite
Colin
the value
Craig,
that you get.
Last 2 seasons put up a lot of numbers.
I think Colin was in neck and neck with Savitsky for the MVP award. I think
he was one of the ones up there.
Finished just shy, so hopefully we'll see him.
I mean, you can look at DeHart. Jamie, for most of the year he was up there. I mean, I think he still finished in the top 10.
Yeah.
But he was fighting for it around game 6 or 7.
He always gives some good late round value, Jamie. We love having him a part of the league, so good guy, brings a lot to the team that he's on, and brings some scoring touch as well.
Okay, so we have a question from Dominic about what channel the Aircast is on.
That's for our ESPN Plus exclusive members. That's where the
that's right.
is. Yeah, so
the ESPN Plus.
Yeah,
exclusive. You got to get the exclusive.
Now I'm frozen. Now we're frozen.
Now what's going on?
Oh my God. Are we live? No, we're still. Can we get some responses in the chat here? Make sure that we actually are still being heard, and at least let us know what you're seeing there. Dom, Jamie, if you guys are watching, can you let us know what's happening? Are we visible? Are we audio? What's
it look like in there?
sick.
Wow. Is there
Oh my god.
is there audio?
All right, should I just mute us for now until we figure this out?
Yeah.
All right, folks, we will be right back. We're going to take a quick hop off the mic here. It sounds like we have audio but no video.
We do have audio,
we will work to figure that out here. Stand by in the meantime. Sorry about that, folks. I guess there must have been a mix-up. The U.S. government decided to ban the NGL draft and not TikTok, so that's why we had to go dark there for a little while. But I think we worked it out with Congress, and I think we are live again. So with that, we will now go back to the podium cam, and we will allow DeCarlo to make his first pick once he finishes chewing up his pizza there.
Let's hope we have it. Let's hope we have it.
Hopefully we
See?
do. So there we go.
There it is.
Yay. So here we go with our first pick of the Winter 25 draft.
With the first pick, Master Chiefs will be picking Christian Scott.
So
Ooh.
we figured. I mean, Christian's he's top 5, but it sounds like there was a lot of research that DeCarlo had went through. Reaching out to his potential first round pick, making sure that he'll be there for the game. So doing his due diligence, as all good managers or captains will do with
We'll
their.
see how it plays out. It is ski season.
It is. Oh yeah.
You
Could
know.
be high risk, high reward there.
Yeah.
But, we'll have to see how it goes. So
The writer's strike, so he can't work.
okay. Well, I guess
That just means vacations.
Yeah, that moves to Ben Smith and Need for Speed with their selection. So we'll see when Ben is ready to make his selection. But you think he'll go Cisco? You think best player available there? You think he'll take a chance on price, or maybe he'll shake something up and do something we don't expect?
I don't know.
He's looking.
Cisco's known.
He's
Cisco is
laboring
definitely
over there.
known.
He's not sure what he wants to do yet, but
We used to think about this.
And reliable.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you draft 10 guys who show up to every game, you got a pretty good chance of winning. That's always the key. Is I'd rather have 10 average guys who show up.
Your number one guy needs to be reliable.
That's definitely
Luke,
that's,
if he's listening,
that definitely is a help. Is availability. The best availability is availability. So Ben looks like he's still contemplating his pick, or is he just trying to wait out the clock here until because if his pick expires, he doesn't get to pick anybody. So he forfeits his pick. So I don't know if he realized that.
He gets his brother.
Yeah. All right, but looks like he is ready to make his selection. So we will turn it back to the podium cam for our second selection of the draft.
Does it still work? Let's go.
And we are still live on the podium cam.
The second overall pick and first for Needs for Speed is David Cisco.
So
Cisco.
there
Reliability.
we go. Yep, Cisco will be there. Every
Solid
game.
defense with scoring.
And just,
You can't, that's hard to. Oh.
And one word, speed. Need for Speed gets the fastest player in the game. So that certainly his need for speed, I think, is so far being fulfilled there. So a couple other guys he could take probably to fill that quota, but definitely somebody that adds fits the name. Need for Speed. Cisco certainly gives you that speed.
All right.
But now we will move to, I believe, the joystick jockeys, as they'll have the third overall selection. And some early talks from Travis early on. He was looking at a couple of forwards. He was curious. As there's the Need for Speed as the police drive by. So apparently that was a steal of a pick for Ben. So
that was weird.
It looks like that's the early
At least
steal.
it wasn't
so
somebody
far,
beeping going by the house.
Yeah. But it looks like Travis is ready to make his selection. We'll see if he has decided on a forward.
For pick number 3, the joystick jockeys are selecting Landon Hanna.
So that was one of the forwards he was talking about taking. So that leaves the rookie Price to fall one more spot. We'll see if Stormer decides to pick him up there on the 1-2 turn. But that is definitely good to get a forward. Not a lot of highly skilled forwards in this league. So
does he jump goalie already? He's
could.
got the back-to-back, doesn't he?
He does. He has pick
the
4 and
back-to-back.
5. So we'll see.
Is he the first one to make a goalie pick in the first round?
We'll find out as he's meandering his way to the podium. But I think he'll probably go. I think he'll go 2 forwards. I think I have a good idea of which 2 forwards those will
forwards?
be. But no, you're fine. Yeah.
You see my phone? You know what I'm doing?
No.
You got my plans over there?
You know how many mock drafts we did of this, Eric and I?
Right.
Daily mock drafts. We know exactly. We planned this out.
Got them all right, too.
We planned out the technical difficulties earlier. That's how organized we are for this. So it looks like Stormer's ready to make his next 2 selections. I think he's ready to go. 2 biggest picks here. Gets the back-to-back. Starts off 4 and 5. So Stormer, whenever you're ready. Oh, here we go.
We will take Price McDonald and Matt Smeltzer.
Those were the 2 I thought he was. Those were the 2 I believe I had in my mock draft. So, great minds think alike, I suppose. I had a feeling that was going to be his 2 selections. Get two solid forwards, and like I said, in a league where good forwards are hard to come by, I think that's huge for him. So good basis there if he can put those 2 together. Maybe not the most speed, but certainly some of the best hands and best shots. I think you'll see.
So two forwards back to back like that. Past drafts, it's been a lot of defense first.
Yeah, it's been we're a very defensively heavy league. Not so much. We might have gotten stronger in goalie now that I'm out, but so we'll see. We'll see how that works out for him. But definitely some scoring up front to start off for Stormer. It looks like Travis is actually ready to make his second pick, so we will toss it over to him. Easy pick.
Yeah.
GG's easy.
Pick, we're going to pick Grant
McCarty. There it is.
Leadership.
There you go. Back-to-back captain, back-to-back champion captain. So that doesn't surprise us at all there. Mm-hmm. So starting off, pretty good pairing between him and Landa. That's also a lot of speed too. So something that might help you. Yeah, might help
good
you
offense and defense going on right there.
So good balance so far to start off the draft. We'll see how that works for him. Tyler, who did Travis take? I couldn't hear him. For his second pick or his first pick? His first pick, he grabbed Landon Hanna. His second pick, he just grabbed Grant. So that's his looks right now. It looks like we moved back to Need for Speed. Ben is still looking over his options there, but we can show the best available to let you guys at home see get your guesses in on who he going to take. Is he going to maybe go goalie in the second round? Is he going to look for a defenseman in Noah, a speedy forward, and Colin Craig again? Need for speed that could again fill that criteria. So what do you think?
That would go along good.
Him and
like that.
Him and Cisco. That's just
Oh,
those two will absolutely fly around the rink. So again, glad I'm not playing this session to get lit up by both of them as somebody who's been personally victimized by every single person in this draft. So I'm happy to say I will be watching from the side this year. But it looks like Ben's still thinking it over. We have some rough decisions. These early drafts, man, they're tough.
Do you have a clock on him?
We should put a clock on him. We should.
Yeah,
He's had weeks to plan this out, and I think he's letting the nerves get the best of him here. So there's our best available. I suppose we can. We can show our draft board right now, just to kind of let people know kind of where things are going right now. We have our first round done. At the beginning of our second round has started. So halfway through, we're thinking, who's Ben going to pair with Cisco here? Might have made his decision. He has stood up from the war room table over there, rubbing his hands like Birdman. So I think we have his selection.
Wait, he stop.
He has 10 seconds before he gets his pick forfeited. So we'll toss it back to Ben. Who does he want for his? Who is he building his team around?
For pick number 2 for Need for Speed, we are going to go with Austin Naylor.
So there's your goalies.
There's a goalie in the second round. That seems to be a pattern going.
That does follow the pattern of the previous 5 sessions. So we'll see if that sets off a chain reaction here. Do you think some other goalies start going, or do you think teams just want to fill out their forwards and defensemen before looking to fill out the back?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Goalies going so soon. You pass up on some
good opportunities to score.
Yeah, some good scoring opportunities and stuff like that. But you put a strong. Look at you.
Well,
if I had you on my team, I wouldn't need defense. So
I don't know about that. I would think you might need to look down a generation if you're looking for a good goalie for this session. I know Dom was our MVG last session. Congratulations to him.
Dom.
So there's
Dom came in as a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie. So taking that award is huge, I guess.
And he was on Grant's team, so
yeah. So
went home with the cop.
Yeah. Now we move back to DeCarlo as he's looking over his next 2 picks here. I suppose we can look at our best available, maybe try to theorize who we think he's going to take. We have Noah, we have Colin Craig. I think those are 2 great options. Dom is there as well. Norm Totino.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not playing this session skating out or in net because if I'm in net, I want Norm on my team. If I'm skating out, I know I'm not scoring a point against Norm. Norm is just so incredible defensively. Easily one of my favorites to have in front of me as a goalie.
Solid back there.
But we'll continue to speculate here as
Carlo
is.
You got Noah there though with young legs.
Young legs is
young
good.
Legs. Colin with young legs. And he's got 2, so I have a feeling it's a
2 legs or
2 picks. I have a feeling.
But looks like DeCarlo is ready to make his next 2 picks, so we'll see if he uses his 2 legs to get over here to make
about the 2 legs. I mean, there's a movie about a one-legged wrestler coming out. It's freaking crazy.
God, I was picking that.
Come on, use both legs. Get up there.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think he forgot his picks.
I think.
We got.
All right, for my next 2 picks, I'm going to take Colin Craig and Dom Pasucci.
There you go.
So there's some young legs and your MVG. I mean, always good to fill out a good goalie. And at Colin Craig,
it's not a bad start of a team. He's got a good forward, defense, and goalie.
Yeah,
definitely. He's rounding it out pretty good there.
All 3 levels, I believe, is the Tomlinism you're looking for. You got talent at all 3 levels, so the execution should be there for him. 2 good picks. I think that sets him up well for a good balance.
Yes.
Lets him have some good speed on the back end with Christian Scott, some good speed up front with Colin. So I like the way he's
good
picking
balance.
so far.
It allows you to take some chances in later rounds.
And having Dom back there, I think, lets him take some chances too. You know, you
Yeah.
got a goalie back there who's going to make some saves. So I think that'll put Need for Speed back on the clock here, and looks like that's going to be a tough decision again for Ben. We can look at our best available or our draft board, see what we have here. So we still got Noah out there. We got Norm. Theorizing, or at least speculating, that it'll be Norm. I know there's a close bond there, but it looks like Ben is ready for his pick, so we'll throw it to the podium.
Pick number 3 will be Norm Tutina.
So there it is. We just talked about it, building some good defense, and looking at Ben's team with Norm back there really adds a lot. We know Norm is one of the better defensive defensemen that we have in this league. As we look to our comments, Dom Pascucci throwing in the is that the extra life? Is that the extra life cheat code? Up down down left right A B start, I believe.
Yeah.
But good pick there by Ben. We can look at his draft board now. Take a look at how he's looking now through 3 rounds. So definitely filling out his defense there. With him and Cisco, that's a pretty good pair. You have Cisco who can just fly up and down the rank, and Norm who's not going to let anybody get a shot off. So
Norm has also been turning into a very good offensive juggernaut.
he has become sneakily offensive.
Yes.
So we love that from Norm. I mean,
it.
definitely a good 3rd round pick there. I think he's absolutely elevated himself there, and he deserves that level of pick. So I think we're going back to Travis now.
Travis
Looks like
ready.
He's ready for his pick in the 3rd round. So Travis, whenever you're ready.
For our 3rd pick, we're going to take Nicholas Pranito.
So there's
Ooh,
our
there's
another
another
3rd
goalie.
goalie to go. So now that will leave Will Stormer with the last one. So he'll have to strategize now, where he can just focus on filling out a good amount of skaters. So
Yep.
always a good strategy. It's worked in the past. So we'll see what he decides to do there. But we'll look for Stormer to make his next 2 picks. And I suppose he'll probably go maybe another RMU alum might end up on this team. We'll see how that goes. I could also see somebody on an ISO cam going in the next 2 picks as well.
Yeah, if we had an ISO cam.
We'll go. We removed the ISO cam, so we can't have a live reaction to him getting picked.
No,
Oh man.
next year for sure.
Why don't I just? I'm telling you, we mock draft this like crazy. So let's see. Let's see how this goes for Stormer's next 2 picks.
Explain it again. He's very
Well,
predictable.
I'm thinking about just having Cowie draft for me. Because we're going to take Smita and Eric.
There we go. So
There it is.
There's your 2 defensemen.
Wait, am I in the 3rd round or the 4th round?
4th.
4th.
Oh.
Don't get too big of a hat.
There's my signing bonus.
There, that is the difference.
But that's good. You
2
have
more
2
defensemen,
strong defensive.
to pair with 2 strong forwards in Smeltzer and Price. Yeah, that's I think that's
Young legs with Noah, and then Eric is just it's very offensive.
bold, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think I like Stormer's happy with his pick so far. 2 solid forwards, 2 solid defensemen. So I think all 4 teams so far have built a pretty good squad thus far. I know we're only through 4 rounds, but it's tough to say which team has a clear advantage yet. But we'll to move back to joystick jockeys here and Captain Travis. I think he's actually ready to make his pick. So moving through pretty quick here now in the 4th
For our
round.
4th pick, we're going to take rookie Chris Rita.
So there is Rita, a former Mutiny alum. So there is some history there. Offers a lot of offensive skill. I think he could find his way into the top 5 in scoring. It's a very very high probability. So good pick for Travis. I think he'll pair well with his other picks so far. But we move back to Ben, who looks like he's maybe looking to work out a deal here over at the war room table.
Do we have a trade?
Can we trade?
Do we have any? Yes.
Yeah. As long as you have an equal amount of picks at the end, yeah.
I'm trading myself.
Yeah.
Trading myself. But it looks like Ben actually has decided to not make a move or not make a trade. Looks like he has his picks lined up.
Okay.
So we will put it over to Ben to see who he's grabbing here in the second half of the 4th round.
Is this my 4th pick?
Yeah. 4th round.
With pick number 4, Need for Speed, we'll take Alex Savitsky.
So there's
yeah.
your MVP.
There's your MVP from last season.
Certainly has gone a little earlier than he did last time. I believe he was like a 7th or 8th round pick. So
Yeah.
definitely one of the biggest
He was
jumps we've seen in
Definitely
recent.
unknown coming in last season.
that's-
It's not like he's around the leagues a lot
So
lately, at least.
So, but Ben knows what he's getting this time. He's getting an elite goal scorer. I think
Yeah.
Alex had multiple 4 or 5 goal games for my team last session. So I'm sure he is definitely happy with that. So pairing Alex up front with Cisco and Norm, I think
back there
that's
feeding pucks to the net.
I think that's a pretty good base. Some very solid defense for Ben to start off there. So I guess that'll put DeCarlo on the clock here for his next 2 selections. I think we could see a defenseman and forward go here, or 2 defensemen, or I guess he already
He's
has
got
one.
back-to-back picks, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I think we could see a former MVP go here. We'll see what happens there, but Carlos ready to make his next 2 picks, so we will throw it over to him.
All right, my next 2 picks are going to be one's Joe Pasucci, and because he'll get mad if I don't draft him, Jordan Ricketts.
Jordan. Okay, so there's 2. So
me.
we got a Pascucci combo there. Sadly, that's I guess he has a monopoly on the Pascuccis for this session, right? If
All of them.
he's got both of them, so
Okay.
we
get
will
to
miss
play
we
with
will miss
Dominic.
Joey and Brandon for this session, but I'm sure we will see them in the future. But doubling down on the Pascucci, does that give some type of bonus, some type of?
Yeah, they're guaranteed to show up together.
So
Right.
I guess you get if you know you're getting one, you're getting both. So definitely like that pick. But how does it feel? 4th round? Does it feel like you like your team so far?
Oh yeah.
Joining a good team there?
Bringing Ricketts on, former champion with me. I played with Ricketts. We've won a few different championships together.
So
So that's
that's
going
what
to be
matters.
good. I get to finally play with Colin.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you've been tired
God,
of chasing him
Oh,
around for the last.
so tired of
3
chasing
sessions,
him
so
around.
Now you just gotta
I just feed
yeah,
him.
yeah. Now you just gotta chase him to
Wind
get
him
your
up
assists
on the
or your
bench and
goals.
let him
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You know.
So I'm sure that's a
Christian would be fun too. That's another one when he showed up. That
Oh,
one season he played.
makes traveling down to games much easier. Oh, I'm sure, Dom. I'm sure you now have a guaranteed ride to and from every game now. Carpool
Yeah.
saves some gas. So
Oh, yeah.
That's
If he wants to
pretty
come
good.
down with his old man, he might.
But we will move, I guess, back to Ben here. Is his need for speed? Will he continue to quench that need? Will he look for somebody like Ricky Scott, who shows flashes of speed, or Eric Smith? I know those are
Yeah,
both,
Rick Smith is
pretty
fast.
fast guys. So if he's actually does have the need for speed, I think that might be where he goes. But still some good picks there, some good value out of all these guys. So Ben looks like he is still contemplating, but. I guess what do we think of the team so far? Trying to be unbiased. How do we feel?
Balanced.
I think we've seen.
I think it's going to be a good season just so far. It's
I think we
nobody
have, looks
looks
like we have
too loaded.
multiple forwards and multiple defensemen now for each team. I think that's looking pretty good. We have some scorers and some solid defensemen on some teams. We have two great defensemen. So on Ben's team, so I'm sure he'll look to. Try to balance that out with another forward, maybe with this next selection. So, could see a forward go here, but never hurts to have too many good defensemen, in my opinion, as a
right.
goalie. So.
Ben might lean on himself to be his top forward.
Oh yeah, him and
so-
Alex. I'm
Right.
sure they could definitely combine
You know.
for a lot of points. So it's up to him. It's what he thinks. Because it might not be best player available. It could be best fit. You could look for somebody who fits the style of play that you like. If you want a fast team like that, like Ben has done so far, you could look for speed, and I think he would certainly get that with Eric and Ricky. So looks like Ben is ready to make his selection. We will throw it over to the podium and see who he has.
Pick number 5 for Need for Speed will be Eric Smith.
So there it is. The need
There-
for speed
there it
is
is. Going for
still being
speed.
satisfied.
Yep.
Speed is so important in this, especially with all of us old guys. You find a couple of us quick ones, I'm sure it really can turn the tide. So,
Right.
and as a goalie, you hate that speed
Speed
too.
coming
it's,
in
It's,
is
it's
just
killer.
it just gets behind you.
Yep. Trying to watch that come in is
2
is
defensemen
rough.
with 3 guys coming fast at you. It's just who do you take?
Yep. You just pray. I think that's what I would do. But Travis is ready to make his next selection, so we'll put it back to him for his selection here in the second half of the 5th.
The joystick jockeys are going to take Luke Mossel with our 5th pick.
So there's
Yes,
another
Luke.
defenseman, another one
Solid
of our
player.
defenseman and forward. I think he had some experience with both playing back and up front for my team last session. So
Okay.
I think he's willing to play both. He can play both very well. So good 200-foot player. So
Yeah, he's
love
good on
to
his
see
feet.
that versatility.
Very good on his feet. His skates.
But a good pick there, you know, and then building the taking people he knows as well. So that's always good. But I think that will put the Los Santos Kings on the clock for their next 2 picks. I could say I know what one of them's going to be. I don't know if that still counts accurately, but so right now we do have a couple of forwards. We have, I guess, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen there. So does he look to get another defenseman to get a nice even distribution, or you think he's going to try to load up on forwards? Or again, I could see another RMU alum going for the next pick, but
Yeah, I kind of see.
we'll see.
Scott
We'll see.
going
I think I'm
one
hitting the
of
nail on
those.
the head here, but we'll let the pick be official. We might as well change this team name to the RMU alum team. So, Stormer, with that, I'll let you make your next 2 selections.
Yeah, so you got it right. I will take myself, as I'm legally required in my contract.
Legally required.
And then we will take Ricky Scott.
So there is more. He's just harvesting all the RMU alumni. So it's a shame that I'm not skating out for this session. Otherwise, I might find myself on that team as well.
Right.
So
We've seen that strategy before.
it's worked. It worked very well. I think I utilized it from Notorious for my team in the fall session, and we went on a pretty good run there. So let's see how many RMU we got. 1, 2, 3, 4 RMU alum out of 6
Slippery
picks.
Rock.
So and 2 Slippery Rocks. So
Ah.
this.
Alex Sabisky's RMU one as well.
Oh, so they just on the Los Santos Kings. They're certainly forming
Yeah.
quite a bit of RMU alum there. So definitely a fan of that team. Trying not to show bias. Definitely not showing bias towards Robert Morris University. I'll make that clear right now. But I guess that'll put it back to Travis for his next selection. And we have a couple of forwards out there. We have a couple of defensemen, Brian Roll. We'll see what he decides to do. But Domenico's another one. Has some speed. Can play both.
This is the meat of the draft.
This is where you win
gotta
your championship.
right.
This is where
You got to find the right combination here.
Yep, you get your
You know,
good
picking
middle-
a Christian
middle
Scott,
guards.
that's easy. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
middle of the draft.
but these 10 here, that's definitely going to be a
Right.
tough one. So looks
Which
like
one fits in with your team?
Yep. What style do you want? Do you want a solid defensive style, or do you want to load up with speed? Do you want to load up with offense? Will Christian Scott show up for more than one game? According to our sources in the inside research that Mr. DiCarlo had done prior to the draft, Christian Scott will be there for 9 of 10 regular season games. So
That's what he
it's
said.
a pretty
but,
loft.
you
It's
know,
a pretty high.
I've,
Pretty high. I mean, I think I myself I'll miss one game for my 30th birthday on February the 8th. So we'll be celebrating that as much as I would love to devote my 30th to my league. I'm sure my wife would have something else to say about that. I'm sure she would much rather us spend it with a nice evening or dinner. So
is it your 30th
it
and
will
her
be-
30th?
her 30th was in September. My 30th is in February.
Okay, so this is your 30th.
This will be my 30th.
You should celebrate it with hockey.
I think. I mean, I've celebrated. I mean, it's
I
been part
don't-
of my life for the last 20 odd years. So, I mean,
Right.
but then again, so has she. So she's been a part of my life since I was 8. I've spent 22 years
Okay,
with her in my life.
I mean,
So I think
hockey's
she
only a
has.
small part of the day. You get the morning.
Oh, I'm sure she gets enough of me as the problem. But
Right.
We will definitely look to spend my 30th birthday together. We might make a surprise appearance. Well, depends on what the evening holds for me. But I guess we have Travis ready to make his pick. Enough about me. I'm sure we've heard enough of my voice already. So let's get somebody else to talk.
With our next pick, we are going to take Matt Welshons.
So there's another connection, another Slippery Rock connection. We have some comments from the other captains that's a bit of a reach. I don't think so. I think he's certainly in the
Solid
in
pick.
that range.
Solid
I mean,
pick.
We need some grit.
you're looking for some grit, and I think that's absolutely where you're going to get it. Guys,
He's a solid player.
He'll
Absolutely.
play hard. He goes to the net. He goes to the corners. He goes to those rough areas, and he has a scoring touch. I think I know I've given up a few to him.
He
So
skates well.
good
I've played
pick for
against him.
Travis, but
I don't like it. So, you
yeah,
know.
I don't like playing against any of these guys. These guys all have a
No.
possibility to torch me. So, I mean, they're all good picks to me. Everybody can score on me. So, we'll move back to Ben. I think can he satisfy his speed again with maybe a Tyler Domenico? I know he loves this. He loves the speed. Colin Barrel sneakily, I think he's top 10 for goals and
Yeah,
point.
Collins
Consistent,
scores.
Mr.
Collins
Consistent.
scores. You
really,
put the puck on his net inside the dots.
He's always in front. He's
Yeah.
always at the right place at the right time, and you don't get that way unless you're a smart hockey player.
Roll is deceptively quick.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Could be a good one there.
But tons of opportunity there. Tons of good
And
picks
you got
available.
you got good Weber back there.
Oh, if you want
good defenseman.
if you want 7 feet of defenseman, you go
You know.
Lou Weber.
D-Hart still there.
Yeah.
He could jump up. I mean, he was. Where did he finish? He finished top 10, didn't he? Did he stay up there, or did he
I
fall
think
a little bit?
he was up there.
He was up there for a while.
For sure.
Jamie was good for a point a game.
Oh yeah, Jamie was
Yeah.
like I said, you get such great value here because I think we're entering the 6th round, I believe now. Where are we at? In
We're
the
middle of
6th round.
6th, yeah.
And to have somebody like Jamie, who at one point, I believe 3 or 4 weeks in, was still number 1 in scoring. I mean, that's just incredible value there. So I think
Yeah, you finished 8th in the league.
so they
Yeah.
8th. So
3rd in goals.
3rd in goals going in the later rounds. That's like you said. That's
I
your
would
value.
have to say though, most of his goals came against our team. He scored a hat trick
So,
in all 3 games against us,
but
and we called it after the first game. We called it in both games. Don't let D-Hart get another hat trick on us, and we couldn't
You
stop him.
always have that one guy who just seems to light you up, and no matter what you do, he just always seems to find a way to beat you. But we'll see if Ben decides to continue his need for speed, or you think, what do we have here? We're looking at a couple forwards, couple defensemen.
Ben's
he has
got
himself as a forward.
He's got this think long, pick wrong kind of thing going on over here.
Yeah, well, he's weighing his options, but I think he's ready to make his pick, and we'll see if he decides to add another defenseman or keep building up front.
Pick 6 will be Brian Rowe.
So there's your other defenseman. I think that gives him a good balance of 3 and 3 now, and always good to have a good mix of both. You know, guys, especially guys who can play up and back, definitely helps. But so far, I mean, with himself and Savitsky and Cisco, I think he certainly has some offensive. He has some offensive threats, and I think on the back end with Norm and Roll, I think he has some good
Pretty
knockdown
solid.
defensemen. So I think he's certainly building a good team. I think all 4, like I said, we got 4 really balanced teams. I'm excited for this session. I think we're gonna have some really good games. I guess that will put DiCarlo back on the clock. He does have 2 selections coming up here at the end of the 6th round and the beginning of the 7th. I guess while we look, we can pull up our best available and give some speculation here. Really good value here, especially looking at 2 Tylers, Domenico and Savitsky, Colin Barrel that we talked about. There's definitely some good value I think you can get here in these rounds. This is where you really win your draft, in my opinion. Same thing when we talk about with like fantasy football. It's your first round picks, your second round picks. It's always easy.
Yep.
But it's the guys that you get later that give you the most value. That I think that's where you build a championship roster. And I think all 4 teams are really on their way to do that right now, in my opinion.
Look at NHL playoffs. I mean, you're always, if you can get your third line to jump up,
Oh,
give
yeah.
you a point
Yeah.
a night,
Yep.
you're going to go far.
So I have a feeling I might be awfully busy or not very busy as a scorekeeper this session. My job might be very easy or very difficult. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. But excited to do it nonetheless. Excited to see all 4 of these teams play.
You might
and-
have to bring in help.
Yeah, I might. I don't know if that's the problem is if it gets more than like 5 or 6 goals, I don't know if I can count that high. That's when
Right.
I start running out of fingers and toes to count on. So we'll have to see.
We'll bring Joey over.
Yeah, I might need some more RMU education. I think if we
Yeah.
combine, that might help me. But we have all 4 captains now have retreated into the secondary war room, so we could be looking at maybe some
Ooh,
trade talks.
Could there be?
or
Could be some
some
drama
pick-
coming.
some-
Let's
some
go.
pick swapping, but we'll continue.
When was the last time we had a trade?
Did we have in draft trade, or are you talking just trade in general?
Probably
In draft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it
that
was
was,
mine
uh,
and
I-
Cheech's
I
draft
think
where
that
I
was
jumped up for the first place pick.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we had a trade, and I think I don't think we had any trades last session.
I don't know. It worked out pretty good. I
We had
won
some
the
good teams,
championship that year with the trade.
The best available.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's back here.
Yeah. Oh wow. So I think he's really trying to decide what move he wants to make here. There's something's cooking over there in that
This
war
is
room.
tough right here. I mean,
I guess this is where
Who do you
get
pick?
you get great value either way. No matter, I don't think you can go wrong here, especially if you're DeCarlo.
no, but I mean, having to make that choice.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah, it's not easy.
You can't go wrong.
But and again, it's best fit too, and it depends on what DeCarlo wants, what he's built so far.
I mean, if you
Certainly.
look, you got Tyler Domenico with speed.
Oh yeah, he certainly can bring some speed, and like I said,
Yeah.
Tyler Savitsky adds some good offensive.
Alex Joseph
threat.
back there is so solid too.
Alex is great
Played a
defensively.
couple seasons with him, and
Colin Barrel, and again we
Yeah.
talked about him. he can score at a sneaky rate. Like he flies so under the radar, but is top 10 in all time goals and points for NDL. So.
But then we're also missing the whole point of this draft. Who's the most fun to play with up there right now? That's the other thing
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's not, even with any of the picks, the 1 through 10, it's it's not so much who's going to be your best option. Who do you want to play with? That's the thing about the draft league. You just every season it's somebody new.
Who do you like in the locker room as well as on the?
Who's going to be good in the locker room?
As Eric makes himself
Who's
nice
gonna
and
be
big
on
and
the-
bold there, as he's maybe suggesting that himself is the most fun to play with.
Right.
But it looks like no moves have been made here. Looks like at least DeCarlo has one of his next two picks, so we'll see.
No moves yet.
No moves yet, so we'll see what his next two
Okay.
selections are going to be.
All right, my next two picks will be Colin Barrel and Tyler Domenico.
So there's
Okay.
two best available. Like we said, can't go wrong there.
No.
Tyler adds some speed.
Colin's
Colin
got some
Barrel,
hands.
yeah, Colin. Like I said, Colin can score,
Mhm.
and I think with the right team here that even DeCarlo's building, I think there's a possibility for a lot of points with those guys.
Colin's got a good IQ up there.
That's what I said. He
Smart.
knows where to be, and
Smart.
you don't get that way. You don't
Yeah.
score that many goals, and you're not that high on the list without knowing where to be and how to play the game. So I think Colin's a great pick there. So that will move us into the seventh round. I think Ben shouldn't take too long on this one. If he has to take long on this decision, that might be an issue because he's got to take himself here, and if he doesn't know how to do that, then we might have some trouble. So I guess we'll throw it over for the honorary pick here. Probably his favorite pick in the draft.
No. Obligatory. I gotta take myself in round 7.
So there it is. His captain takes himself there. That's where we had his value. That's where he wants to go. Not a surprise, but that does move us to the back half of our eighth round. And it looks like Travis is already ready to make his selection. So I won't hold him up and keep this draft moving.
For our next selection, we are going to take Lou Weber.
So there's our defenseman. There's
There.
our 14 feet of defenseman. I would love to see the combination of him and Sean Jack together, where you could just have them stand at the blue line. Just
Jack's in.
Yeah.
Jack's still on the board, right?
Those two together.
You
could have like 18 feet of defense there.
Nobody's getting inside the circles.
You're building you're building a chain link fence at the blue line that I don't think anybody's getting past. So, yeah, Sean's available here, and in the next few picks, I'm sure he might hope for that possibility. I've been pretty accurate so far on Stormer's pick. I'll take a look here and decide
let's see if we can
who's
figure
he
this
gonna
out, huh?
grab. I think we can maybe take a look at who he has so far. Try to determine if he's got forwards, defensemen, maybe what his need would be. So I see 2 forwards, 3 forwards, including himself, 3 defensemen. So I think he has a lot of flexibility here. I think he can go one of each, give himself 4 and 4.
Can we run through the player introductions where they announce their school so we know what school these guys went to?
We might need for our Monday night
I'm not
football,
recognizing any more RMU guys up there.
Yeah, so we might need schools associated with it next time, but it looks like Stormer might be ready to make his next 2 picks. I don't know if I can correctly predict these two, but he's looks like he's making one last check with the other captains. Not sure what he could be conferring with on them, but maybe he's asking any other RMU alumni. I think I don't see any on the board that I recognize, but if somebody is,
I think D-Hart's got like 8 degrees, so one of them might be from RMU.
Well, it's not that hard to get a degree from
Right.
RMU, so. But we'll turn it over to Stormer for his next 2 picks.
Yeah, we will take Tyler Savitsky
Okay.
And Jamie DeHart.
So there is our two. And Jamie DeHart, I think he get great value there. I love Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm definitely personality-wise, I think Stormers definitely grabbed the best team so far. Definitely the most fun in the locker room. Definitely most handsome team.
Most
maybe,
handsome team,
So,
yeah.
maybe not the most educated with that RMU education, but you know, you got to sacrifice.
You
something,
can't
I
be
suppose.
pretty and smart.
Right.
Right?
My wife begs to differ, as I would vouch for her on that one. But
What? Guys.
yeah, us.
Your
Yeah,
women-
No. I got neither.
That's-
I think though. I think that's unfortunate. I don't know how. I think
Yeah.
I got neither. So somebody else out there has both, maybe. But I traded. I think that for luck, maybe. But nothing else that I got there. So I guess that'll already move us into our 8th round. We are flying through this draft. We are moving awfully quick. So to our 19 current viewers, we appreciate you guys sticking in. Our
Our
78
league might
total
have got a
viewers.
little older, so we're trying to rush through it
Oh,
before
yeah,
everything breaks down again.
Yeah,
And I got to get in bed soon.
yeah, it's pretty close to my bedtime here. Do we wanna pop these gummy bears here and shout out for Joey or I'm
Joey, I don't know if he's watching the draft. He's getting ready to play Tampa at 9 o'clock.
I'm sure he'll watch eventually. Yeah, I'm sure he's
They're in Columbus.
yeah, I
So-
would say he's definitely lacing them up as we speak. But
If anybody is interested after the draft, supposedly he let me know that they are streaming the game
oh yeah, we can
on
we'd love to catch that.
Columbus's YouTube channel.
For the Columbus Heat for
For the
Or-
Columbus Heat Arena YouTube channel. I haven't
Oh,
gotten
yeah.
a link yet.
But-
Isn't that ring smaller?
Yeah.
I think
From
so,
what I heard,
but-
it's small.
but
They're still doing college games, though.
I mean, hell, they held nationals at RMU.
I mean, fair.
Their standards aren't that high.
Nationals with bird crap all over the ring.
If people would have came, that probably would have been pretty good. They
I
had
think
6
so.
teams.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Louisiana State. They came with 5 players.
Oh, that's awful.
And since there are only 6 teams, you had to play.
You play a whole bunch of
You
games.
you played some of the top division teams. So I mean, they were getting smoked in games. But I mean, good for them for showing up, and they played it out every game.
I also
They had some
love
heart.
Jake. Who is Bacon for Days? Are we just gonna have an anonymous admirer? I think.
From champion to champion.
Champ,
Oh,
champ.
that's my. I know who that is.
Could
But-
be anybody.
Appreciate
It's
it.
got to be shout out to Bacon for Days, right? If I get it right.
We will. I reciprocate
Championships.
the love, so appreciate that. I guess we're still looking for Travis to make his selection. It looks like he's ready to make it now. After some long deliberations there in the back room, he is finally ready to make his pick.
With our next pick, we're going to take Jared Powell.
So there's a forward, another forward gone. Jared definitely brings. He brings some speed. He can get up and down the rink pretty quick.
He's-
I think he
he's-
has brings some hands
He's got
too,
some
so.
skating ability. Yep. Good locker room guy.
Good. Oh yeah, that's
Good
what
locker room
that's what
guy.
I've heard. So that's important too. You're not only building the best team, but you want to build a good group of guys you want to show up for every week. You want to be in the locker room with, have a beer with after the game. Just as important as a
Yeah.
skill on the rink. So
Laughing on the bench.
yeah, that's what you need.
Absolutely.
You always need those guys. So losing viewers, so we're down to 15. I guess we're starting to bore people as we move to the end of the draft here, but.
It's going quick for us. They're probably
Yeah.
at home going,
Yeah,
come on,
come
guys.
on, wrap it up.
I mean, they're
Yeah, we
4
need-
rooms away over there.
We need that Oscar wrap it up music here. We might need to start playing that for Ben as he takes a while for his picks. We're back up to 17 though, so I must have said something interesting to bring us. This might be some TikTok refugees trying to get their fill. But as we wait for Ben to make his next selection, I guess we can take a look at our draft board. Yeah, anybody, any team sticking out here to you? I think we got 4 pretty even, pretty balanced teams. I don't see anybody that I think is a crowd favorite yet or a league favorite.
Yeah, it's tough. And drafts past, we get to hear, and sometimes there'd be one team that looks overpowering.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
There's always been one that I in the draft and think I will see this team in the championship in 12 weeks. But I really can't think I can say that yet. I think I see really good balance for all 4 teams. These are teams I would not only love to play for, but hate to play against. So I think we have some pretty good options here. But it looks like Ben is ready to make his selection, and then we'll move to him for his pick here in the 8th round. He's
still.
yeah he's
I think he's changed his mind
Hey,
already.
Ben, we need more speed.
yeah. Our need for speed is for your picks, buddy, not for the team. So
I understand.
we need
Yeah.
speedy picks.
We could talk about the video game theme.
Yeah.
Now, goal songs. Do we use video game effects?
I believe so. I think that is
That
something
would
that we
be,
were working on. I can.
The next pick for Need for Speed is going to be Joe Patterson.
Ooh,
So I think we
good
have.
rookie.
So one of the rookies, one of our few rookies. I'm not quite sure, Eric. You can confirm that how many rookies we actually have this session.
5?
So a good amount. Maybe hopefully at least one for each team. Get a new guy in, see how they go, see how they adapt.
Yep.
But
1, 2.
as we
I know Joe. Joe's a very nice guy. I think he's going to be a good fit for the league.
that was your pre-draft analysis too that you like Joe. So
Yeah.
it's shame you didn't end up on the same team as him. But it seems like
Yeah.
we
I'm
love.
kind of glad because every time I play him and I hear his bench always going Joe, I would turn around.
So less
I did.
confusion there, yeah. As we got, I don't think we have any other mix-ups there. We got 2 Smiths, I guess, on the Smith team between Ben and Eric. But I guess we got 2 Pescucci's, but I don't know anybody who really calls you Pescucci.
No.
I call you Joe and Dom, so I don't see any issues there. I know in the past we've had a couple of Tylers on a team, a couple of same names, so
Yeah.
avoiding that so far this session. But there's still time. But I guess we have the next 2 picks for Mr. DiCarlo. One of them, probably going to be pretty easy for him, so we'll see what he says there. But we'll turn it to him at the podium to see who he has for his next 2 picks.
Somebody's got some video game music for us.
Oh.
So next 2 picks, I would take yours truly, and then Sean Jack.
So there is your
Oh.
defenseman. There's another 19 feet of
Carlo,
defense
good
back
pick.
there.
I like having Sean back there.
Yeah, I hate playing him. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's part of this
Yeah.
draft too. Is you draft guys that you like to play with, or maybe more importantly, guys that you hate to play against, so you don't have to play against them. So
I've used that strategy before by picking a goalie that I'm not scoring against, and it works. And it worked out.
what does that leave now with our draft board here? Does that leaves okay? That doesn't complete the wall of defense.
We got what 10 picks left.
Plus
Plus Russell has to pick himself, so 11.
So this is I think we should see our last goalie go here in the 9th at the 9-10 turn. But our next 2 picks could be anybody. I guess we can take a look at best available. Ben still looking to go for speed. I guess could he pair the Craigs? Could we see a father-son Craig combo here? Something it's
been-
very possible.
Yeah.
We could see a double Smith combo here. Forrest and Eric, I believe, on this team. Played with both of them last session. Great guys. So I think I can vouch for both of them that they're good to play with. So I think he's got some interesting choices here. Ryan, I know I always look at Ryan and think goalie, but he has made the switch and made so pretty well. Ended up taking his team to the championship. So
Does
definitely-
Nate jump up a little bit?
he could. I could see Nate going up.
He scored a couple goals last year.
He's gotten himself on the board. He's starting to chisel out a little more offensive production, which we love to see.
He's starting to feel it.
He's finding
I
it.
think he's starting to feel it.
Kevin Mulvihill, that's another RMU alum. We could see that go
yeah.
Stormer way. So I'm sure that might be his. I'm sure Stormer's going to kick my ass because I'm just making all of his picks for him. So we'll see how that goes.
Well,
he
I
shot me a
mean-
look there, but
Los Santos GM.
yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. Those are just the Robert Morris Kings, I guess, is what they'll rename themselves to.
I played 2 seasons with Kevin.
Slippery Rock
Good,
Colonials.
good player.
Yeah, Slippery Rock Colonials are the RMU Lions.
I don't know.
What is it? Pride. RMU Pride, which I can tell you, RMU Pride, absolutely no RMU Pride here. Zero RMU Pride. More IUP Pride than RMU, if I could tell you. But we'll look for Ben to make some of his last picks here. I know this we're moving quick through this. I'm hearing some chatter back there from the captains trying to think who they want to take, but it looks like Ben has concluded that conversation, and he doesn't need any more information. He knows who he's taking.
For my next pick, Need for Speed will take Alex Joseph.
There is another defenseman, and I think Ben's just loading up on quality defensemen here, isn't he?
Joseph can play. He's a two-way player. He can play forward.
That's right. I
Put
think
him
he
up.
did play some.
Yep.
And you love that utility, that
Yeah.
versatility too, to play both ends.
Especially when you get 7 guys that show up, just enough. You can't get a sub, so
Yeah.
everybody's got to switch up.
Although we have made some alterations to the sub roles for this session. We can
Oh, yeah?
now, yeah. I think we slowly realize we're all getting older here, so we can have up to 8 with subs.
Up to 8. Okay. Does that change the playoffs to be up to 7 with subs instead of 6 then?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
correct. So
Just want to make sure that kind of followed the same pattern going into playoffs.
we're all getting a little older here, and
And we put it on tape.
Slippery Rock alum actually just RMU frequent. Oh, okay. I was always under the impression so he fits both molds. So I'm sure that's a perfect fit for
Right.
Los Santos Kings then. But
Because they're
Thanks for
local. They're
clarifying
looking
there, Ken.
RMU,
Appreciate it.
Slippery Rock. They're looking for local guys.
yeah. So both have put together some pretty powerhouse roller hockey teams in the past. So I know Stormer definitely knows what value he's getting there with those teams. So. As we still wait for Travis to make his next selection, I think as we end into our final 9 picks, I believe here. So I think we can take a look at our best available here, get an idea. I believe we'll see. I think we could see Ryan go here. I think we could see Brandon. I mean, there's at this point there's no bad picks either.
No, somebody's gonna pick Cheech.
Cheats is a
I
good
can
one
see
down there.
him-
That's a good
I can
dart.
see him kind of jumping.
So
He dropped his brother.
he could. It's possible. He could take his brother here. But sibling rivalry. I don't know if maybe they play enough together with Mutiny. He could decide that might want to have some opportunities to play against his brother. But you never
Get away
know.
from him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they see enough of each
Stick
other.
it to him
so,
because
yeah.
it pushes them lower in the draft, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we'll see
I can see
what
if the
he
Twins
decides.
are captains at one point and stuff like that. I can see them doing that to each
We
other.
would love to do a full Pascucci captain. All 4 of you. I would love to see that. Would be who is the best Pascucci? I think is what we would
that
look
would
for.
be fun.
But
That would be fun.
Travis is ready to make his pick. Do we see a brother pick here, or does he?
No.
Yes.
With
So
our next pick, we're gonna draft Tyler Russell.
Okay.
good luck figuring those two out together on the same team.
Like
But
were Tyler Russell.
yeah, I thought you. So he just took. He just.
bait and switch.
Yeah. He just took himself, and then is somehow going to take himself again here in the next pick. So, but we do love to see the brothers coming together there. But the Los Santos Kings end up back on the clock, and I think I might know their next 2 picks. We'll see how that goes.
Nice, since you know all my other
Since
ones.
I've done at least a good amount. I know at least one pick has to be, but we'll see with the second one.
We will be taking in the 9th round Carter, our goalie, and in round 10 we will be taking not RMU grad Kevin Mulvey.
RMU with Jason as RMU
RMU
frequent
with
as I was informed. My surprise was that I thought he was an RMU grad, but I guess he does. Kevin does appear pretty smart, so I should have figured that he didn't.
He
go to
did
RMU,
shock
so That's
somebody.
on me.
Tyler looks like he's on the floor. Shocked
So,
as can be.
Shocked that he was taken by Tyler or by Travis. So I'm sure that's why. That's the reason for the shock there. But definitely, I'm sure Kevin's happy to join more RMU people. RMU as an RMU frequent, but and some Slippery Rock. So he's definitely going to see some.
Yeah, we'll have some
familiar
brotherhood
faces
going
that
on with
team,
Slippery
so,
Rock.
I guess that'll put Joystick Jockeys back on the clock here for our 10th round. But that pick should be pretty easy here for Travis. At least I hope. Hopefully he knows how to pronounce the name, but we'll leave that to be determined.
Now it comes down to which team's going to gel.
Yep, this is who comes, and I guess more importantly, who shows up the most, who has the best attendance. Gelling is great, but
Our problem last year on our team was attendance.
yeah,
Our top 3 guys,
attendance can be
me,
killer.
Cam, and
That's what we're discussing right now.
Yep, that's
Luke.
so even these late rounds, attendance is so important.
we couldn't find a game where all 3 of us were there together.
Tough, but
With our 10th round pick, I'm going to draft myself.
so there.
Yeah,
So that completes the Russell pairing. So we get another sibling, I guess, sibling synergy is what we'll call that. we have a father-son synergy, so now we got the twin synergy, twin-synergy. I don't know what we want to.
Twinergy.
Twinergy, we'll call it
Twinergy.
Twinergy. So that combines those two together. But now
See if they can do that.
we've seen them work well together with the Mutiny team. So we can expect some pretty good things out of them. Defined well. I mean, a couple championships. Z League championship, F League championship. As I hopefully look to appear in my first Z League game here soon and not end up on extended teams calls. But we move back to Ben, which is probably Ben's quickest turnaround time for a pick here. So we'll see who he has. I have an idea, but we'll see who he chooses.
My next pick will be Brian Chichak.
Oh, so there goes Cheech.
Okay.
Like I said, this is an area where we thought he could go to. We could have seen him gone a little earlier as well. I thought we were going to see a Craig combo here. Look for another father-son synergy with Colin and Brandon, but there's still time. There's still some picks left. We'll see. We'll see who he decides to go with.
Well, he's got 2 picks going on, right?
But that puts us back to DeCarlo
For his last 2 picks.
for his last 2 picks of the draft. Who he thinks the final 2 pieces are. It looks like he has made a decision on who those final 2 picks are yet. He's got some confidence. He knows.
Alrighty. Last 2 picks for the Master Chiefs will be Ryan Cunningham and Forrest Smith.
So there are 2. Forrest, another solid defenseman. Cunningham, I believe, can play both ends, but he prefers forward. So another good utility pick.
2 solid guys.
I like that mix where you can either have 6 defensemen, 6 forwards, 5 and 5. It really lets you have some versatility, or if guys don't show up, it gives you kind of a good idea of always having the opportunity to have a good even line of forwards and even defensive pairing. So
I like it. It looks like I might not have to play defense that much this season, hopefully.
But we're back to Ben. I think he's ready to make his last selection of this round. In the 11th, who does he go with?
With my last selection, I will take Brandon Craig.
So there is your Craig connection. You've heard of the Finnish connection, but now we have the Craig connection. I'm sure both.
Yeah, Craig's on my team.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he got
What did
He
I
got
think
Brandon,
went
I
there?
got
Okay, I was thinking
Yeah.
of Eric Smith. That was it. So, but I'm sure. Brandon's still a good pick, though. I think another one. He can play both ends. He plays forward. He'll play defense.
yeah.
It's where you can find those guys. I think you get your most value too. Like, you have a few forwards don't show up. You have a couple defensemen not show up. They can play both sides.
Right, it
It's
gives you
pretty
more
great.
options on who you can put back or who you can bring
Yeah.
up, and that's
It lets your pairings have a little more freedom too on forward and defensive pairing. So good. I mean, you love those utility guys. Love the guys who can play the whole 200-foot game. But I think that will move to Travis for his last pick. Looks like he's ready to make it as he is ready to round out his team with his 11th selection. Who's taking you to a championship, Travis?
With our last pick, we were going to pick Mario, and I'm not going to try to pronounce your name before I butcher it.
Mario was he was on our team last session. Good Mario, good locker room guy, always good. Responsive guy with text. Mario can score too. He's found his way around the net pretty well too. So I guess that will leave the Los Santos Kings with the last pick in the draft. I don't think this should be a hard pick, but I think I can guess this one, but I don't know if that's really as impressive.
We will be taking
Nate, easy enough. So that completes your draft here. I think my mock draft might have been a little bit broken, but I think pretty accurate.
Well, you got one team right.
Definitely one team, yeah.
One
Definitely
team right.
One team right and at least one pick right. So I think
This looks fun.
It
The season
it
looks a
like
lot
it-
of fun.
I'm both incredibly jealous and also not jealous that I'm not participating this session. Looks like there's a lot of fun to be had, not only on the rink but also on the benches and the locker rooms. I think we have an excellent group of guys here. I think this is going to be a really fun session. Like I said, I could be very busy in the scorekeeper's booth, or I could be not very busy at all. I think it's going to be pretty fun to watch from the side.
Speaking as a skater, I'm hoping you're kind of busy.
Yeah, I'm sure you would like to. I'm sure you want me to write down 8 a whole lot this session. It's possible. We could be writing 8s a whole bunch this session, so that's the hope. But I think we got some some really good teams here. I'm really excited to see how this season shakes out. Sitting here right now, I don't know if I could tell you who I think's going to win. I don't think there's
I don't have
a
any
clear-
prediction right now.
Mm-mm.
I had one prediction. Eric, he's going to blow up this season.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
You get fat.
I think.
I mean, I did it
I
last
think he's
session.
going to get fat.
I mean, I've gotten fat the last
And-
3 sessions, so somebody's got to.
One or the other.
But yeah, I think
So
we're
we start next week.
next Saturday
Next
is
Saturday,
first game.
First
so
game.
that gives me
Coaches-
not a whole lot of time to put together
Captains,
score sheets and
Yeah,
waivers and all that.
get those texts out. We need to know if we need to have subs for the following weekend. So
Yeah,
first
it's-
game 7:00 next week.
Yeah, we will be there. But I guess before we go, we do want to thank Eric for all of his work behind the scenes here. He is responsible for switching cameras on us when I'm prompting him to, or even when I don't prompt him to. So big thanks to Eric as well as for hosting us here. It's always greatly appreciated.
Keeping the draft
So,
board up. And the
he's-
quick response to the technical troubles that we had.
Yes, he responded
Eric was
quickly.
on it.
Yeah, so
He,
we
he
are
got up, did the reboot, and we
genuinely
were good.
genuinely appreciate
Turn it
all
off,
of
turn
his
it back
efforts.
on.
So for Joe Pascucci and myself, I want to thank everybody for watching. We hope that you guys enjoyed me rambling for the last hour and a half or so. We hope to see everybody on next Saturday for our first set of games. And with that, I wish you all a good night, and we will see you soon.